At the heart of all the violence around Southport, and that has not died down and has on the contrary been spreading, lies one simple, inflaming thought that a migrant comes in, is welcomed into Britain, and someone from that migrant family murders 3 little girls and stabs and injures many more. The killer has been identified as 17-year-old Axel Rudakubana, whose parents are from Rwanda. Social media reports had earlier falsely suggested that the killer was a Muslim. The killing that started it all was really horrendous beyond belief. It came on Monday this week at a little dance class for children themed around Taylor Swift, and this was inside a dance and yoga studio in Southport, a city about 100,000 population, which lies in the north of Britain, about 10 miles north of Liverpool. The dance class was for children aged 6 to 11, and it was to last from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And just minutes before it was to end, a young fellow burst into that dance studio and swung out at everyone in sight with the knife. Children first. About 25 children were attending. 2 little girls, a 6-year-old Baby King and 7-year-old Elsie Stancombe, died in hospital the same day. 9-year-old Alice de Silva Aguilar, who was from a family of Portuguese origin, died in hospital the next day. 6 other children suffered stab wounds, and also 2 adults who tried to protect the children. It was, as eyewitnesses described, a horrific scene. Heavily bleeding children screaming all around the floor, with the attacker trying to kill even more. The police were called in, of course. He was arrested and known immediately around to have been dark looking, and that turned out to be explosive. That Muslim sounding name, falsely as we gather later, began to circulate fast on social media, and shortly after a peaceful vigil was held on Tuesday evening, another group, a group of demonstrators, turned violent outside a mosque. They attacked the mosque, they attacked the police with bricks. A police van was set on fire. 39 police officers were injured, a number of them quite seriously. The police said that the demonstrators were from the English Defence League, a far-right racist group, and this group members are said to have come to Southport from outside of town. They clearly were mobilized. The attack on the mosque and the violence led the court then to allow the attacker to be named. This was an unusual move. Minor suspects are routinely never named, but this was done to direct anger away from Muslim targets. But violence has been spreading in the region, in Manchester, in Aldershot, and in London too, where about 100 people were arrested on Wednesday night, and this anger is directed widely at migrants. Prime Minister Starmer has set up a violent disorder unit now to track and stop such violent groups. He has also said in a warning that social media carries responsibility here, and that multiplying falsehoods leading to violent crime is also crime, and he speaks as a former prosecutor. But really, the far right is on the rise across Britain. Tommy Robinson, who once formally led the English Defence League, has become active in far-right protests again, and members from these groups gather under ever-changing names, and they may not yet be done with their current round of violent protests, even if, as Starmer said, it is not the grieving families of the children that they speak for.